Hey, thanks for checking in on Bathtub Sir, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney the Trilogy. We have a Lotta Hart on the stand here, but the prosecution, oh my god, I don't know how we're going to win this case. We're defending Miles Edgeworth, our nemesis turned, not quite friend, but we're trying to save him here. Instead of, usually we go against Edgeworth in these cases, but because obviously we're defending him, there's a new prosecution. It's some dude called it's called Baron von Karma or something, and he is ruthless. He taught Edgeworth everything he knows, and he's taken no prisoners. He's the most intimidating lawyer we've ever feared to meet, and he's kind of wiping the floor with us right now. We need to pick apart this testimony from Lotta Hart, but I can't see any cracks in it yet. So we're just going to question every statement and hopefully unravel something here. So it was Christmas night, just after midnight, I reckon. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Oh yeah, well, yes. Oh, here he is. I know you want to find contradictions, but really? Oh. I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. Okay, well at least we didn't lose any sort of health bars for that. She was in her car. Why were you camping there anyway? Because also, maybe it's worth noting that she weren't allowed to be camping there. There's a sign that says no camping. I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Yeah, press further, because like I said, you weren't meant to be there. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? Oh, that finger wag. What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait now, I'm the one who says that. I love how he's just being the judge and probably executor in this whole trial. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honour. It's going so bad. You heard this bang come up from the lake. Okay, now it's worth noting that, because Edgeworth is meant to have shot this dude. Robert was his name, I think? But they heard 3 shots, or, no, hang on. It's like 3 bullets were fired, but only 2 bangs were heard, or something like that. I'll have to try and remember. It's probably right now, actually. The murder weapon, it fired 3 times. Okay, so it's fired 3 times, but only 2 cases were found. Okay, we won't present anything yet, but, press. So, you weren't looking at the lake at that time? No. I looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Oh. Well, maybe it will be that we have to provide evidence on, because she said she heard 1 bang, and we can say what the gun was fired 3 times. Well, she looks like she saw 2 gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the 2 men? Just look at that picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Press further? Why not? Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. So is that what we have to press about the photos? Then there was another bang. Okay, that still leaves 1 more to hear. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hate you. Well, you might think it, but I know it. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? It wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat, if you say so. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. We'll still press further. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. It's hard, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. Oh, no need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained. Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough! I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you're unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honour... You keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I am afraid that I will have to penalise any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Uh-huh. Nick! Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Oh, hold it! From who? Who was that? It was me. Mayor's getting involved. Mayor? Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defence's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth. Enough, Judge. Declare the defence in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. Yeah, but it was Mayor who outburst, not me. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No. No. Crap, we've actually been dragged out. Oh, hang on. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honour. Nick is innocent. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong! Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony and I have the right to cross-examine her again. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. Order, 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 order. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Mayor Faye, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Mayor. Oh my god. Oh, it's a little bit of time. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witness. I ran out of time. I better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Okay, let's go. Again. Third time's the charm. The last statement. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. You are kidding me. Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can. Oh, God! We lost life for questioning her. Crap. That's it? I don't know if I can find anything in that. I can't spawn the mayor's efforts either. So that's the only part of the testimony. Okay, so there must be something to present here. Set to automatically take a picture when loud noise is detected. So if she saw him clearly, she saw him through the camera. Time of death. Taken automatically on the 12th. I mean, it's too dark to see. Article about a monster side of Gourd Lake. Let me check this. So she was here and the boat was out there. Okay. Well, you saw it. Oh, wait, it can't be clear as day. Because they died at night. Sure, is it that? It's got to be that. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? I so nearly went into Nickelback there. The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I couldn't. I meant I could. Then, please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Oh, a full testimony. This is ridiculous. So how she must have saw him through the lens of the camera? You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So, once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked at my binoculars. See? No problem. You used binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. You used binoculars? Do we have any evidence to contradict that? Off the back. Or straight off the mark, I guess. I mean, still, it was foggy as hell. Okay, well, I can't think of anything here that could contradict her not having binoculars. But, let's question every statement. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now, just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types would never find a girl where I'm from. Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is. God, Judge, what was that for? Nobody loves me. Okay. So let me just read this one again. Cold night, and the mist was thick, so the fog was thick and it was cold. So she packs up her camera and got back in the car. Your camera? Wait, she can't have packed up the camera because the camera was out. Yeah, it's got an automatic... The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Let me read that one again. Oh, sorry. Once I was finished, for some reason I thought I said once I was finished packing up my camera. It's setting up your camera. You brought your binoculars with you. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Oh. I've got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright? Is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera? Of course, always press further. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honour. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera is set to take pictures of a meteor shower. Okay, but it only takes photos when it hears loud bangs. So, unless it was meant to take photos when meteors hit the lake, that's ridiculous, right? I don't know, is it? Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Oh, damn. Now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth? Oh. No unnecessary comments, please. When I heard that noise out in the lake, I looked with my binoculars. Okay. If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? Don't say they're night vision or something. What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him. I did, yeah. Enough. There is no room for doubt in her testimony. She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many von Karmic objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in his testimony if it's the last thing I do. Okay, so what do we have? Present. Set to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected. Faces the lake. I don't get how it can take photos of a meteor shower then. Honestly, I don't. So, the camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. We could try and present here. Could be very wrong. We'll take a risk. You were photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. C2. I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Oh, right, okay, so we got the right thing, but with the wrong reasoning. It's okay, it's fine. We'll take it. Oh! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honour. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Show evidence... Is it gonna be Gordy? Your Honour, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? It's gotta be Gordy, right? Surely. Oh god, I don't know. Do I present it? I thought I did then. Okay. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting of Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see your proof that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Oh, do we have proof? Do we have proof? We don't. Well, I don't have proof. But your ineptitude is entertaining, Mr. Wright, but enough is enough. I've had enough of baseless claims made without a hair of evidence to support them. Well, alright, if that's how you want to play, I'll show you evidence. Mr. Wright, are you sure about this? I'm sure sick of that smarmy prosecutor putting me down. Or did he taunt me so I'd get mad and make a mistake? Very well, let's see it. And no joking around this time, please. What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster? Oh my god, what? I have no idea. No idea. If we check it again, doesn't say anything. Overhead map of Gord Lake. The bullet, that's going to be no good. Check. I've got a feeling it might be the camera again because a picture when a loud noise is detected. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Oh, cool, we got it again. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So, smart boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy, you got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But, as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing though. Something will change, it has to. And I'm going to spot it. This has been the hardest cross-examination we've done so far. This is, I think, in total, Lotta Hart's 5th testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. Oh, what is she, like a journalist or something? I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out of that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. So she weren't in her car with the binoculars. It's like a totally different version of what she said originally happened. Oh, well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Objection. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defence's right to cross-examine a witness, Your Honour. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... why? Was there a contradiction? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ah, that would be a first. Very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honour. Oh, the pressure is really on. Okay, so you're not a research student at a university, so you're a big liar. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. So you're an investigative photographer. That is sort of a fancy word for a type of journalist, right? An investigative photographer, like paparazzi maybe? Yeah. You get your photo and send it to the press. It's that kind of business. Yeah, that is paparazzi, right? Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? Is what you're trying to say there? A UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object. A UFO. That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if you got a picture of the monster. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah! They were even handing up on the TV. I'm not sure that appearing on the local news a rumour of the month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper, for real. Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honour. Oh, he was camping out by the lake. That's why you put up the automatic sensor on your camera? Yeah. Borrowed it from a university professor. It analyses every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So, how many pictures has it taken so far? Here we go. The only time the camera triggered was that night. But that's all I was hiding. I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually, I'm waiting for him. Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case. Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told us to keep quiet. You looked straight out at the lake. What, from your car, or you got out? When you heard the bang, you looked straight out at the lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. Sharper? Did you just watch that boat the whole time? There wasn't much else to look at. Yeah? I don't know. She heard a bang, and she thought Gordy was out there. I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? Why are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'll get in there. Oh, what could the evidence be? He saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and he heard another gunshot. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, no. The lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore neither. Oh. I better find some sort of contradiction in his testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. Oh, I don't know. I don't know at all. Crap. There wasn't much else to look at, so you just watched the boat the whole time. Taken automatically. That's by the camera. Pulls one bullet shot to the heart. Found in the victim's body. Fired 3 times. That's... I've been stuck on that for a long time. And I saw a flash near one of the man's right hands and you heard another gunshot. We can try and do this, but I don't think it's right. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honour. No, that's not right. Not at all. Crap. Okay. Oh, it sucks seeing that. Did you watch that boat the whole time? Oh god, this is awful. I'm so close. I'm so close. The autopsy shows he was 1 bullet shot to the heart, but the gun fired 3 times. He looks straight out at the lake. Oh, I really don't know. Okay. Let me think about this. I'm going to have to really think. See, the thing is, the only thing I can think of is this photo Doesn't show a flash, and if she heard 2 gunshots, there should be 2 photos. I'll take another huge risk, but this might not be right. No. Oh god, I'm sucking so bad here. What am I gonna do? I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out big time. There wasn't much else to look at, so you just watched that boat the whole time. Ah! What is it? Oh, I am convinced it's got something to do with this statement, because when we pressed on this, Phoenix was like, I need to find evidence to contradict. So I reckon this is the statement, but what could it be? What could it be? No one cares about his badge. Might be the photo, because it meant to take a picture when it hears loud noises, but what's that got to do with... So you just watched the boat the whole time. The autopsy, like, would she know where he got shot, or would it be too far to see? We have the photo, maybe we could present that. Nothing to do with her mum, I don't think. Article about a monster sighted on Gould Lake. I mean, if she was just meant to be... There wasn't much else to look at, but she was there to look at Gouldy. Appears in Gould Lake. We can try this again. We did just present it. Maybe. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? Oh, okay, I think we got it. Thank goodness. Oh my god, it's getting very close there. What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? You don't want to step over here and say that. You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gouldy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gouldy. That's what... Yeah, of course. The boat would come after. Oh, man. I hate it. I love this game, but it makes me feel so stupid. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Ah, she said. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gouldy, and that's what you were doing. We got her. We definitely got her. Well? Oh. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gouldy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph. You got proof. Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who is shooting. That's why she said she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it will drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let us show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? Make her show the enlargement 100%. Miss Hart? Look at this photograph. Oh, I can't resist this time. Every time I do it makes me laugh. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Objection. Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. Objection. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection! Denied. Go on, Judge. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. Let me see, let me see. Oh! 2 bald men. We still cannot see who is firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Blake photo added. Okay. Happy now, Mr. Wright. There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then, I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Montcalm, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then, I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Show other evidence. I know it. I know what it is already. Wait, Your Honor, this evidence. I believe we've spent enough time talking about evidence. Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps. Look, I know what it is. It's objecting enlargement. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? I got it! Let me show it! I'm so excited. Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. It's his hand! He's using the wrong hand! Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor! The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. It's the freaking gun bears prints on Edgeworth's right hand. Take that. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Woo! Will we do it? Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The victim shot himself because maybe he's racked with guilt? There is only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order! Order! So, you are saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. The meter? That's 3 feet. There is no way it could have been suicide. Oh, really? He could have just stretched his arms out? I don't know. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Autopsy report updated. Shot from approximately 1 meter away. Okay. I see. Very well. Allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant. What? Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, what? You've changed your tune? However, the prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh, we made it. Holy crap, what a tough day in the office. I can't believe it. Is Miles happy? Phew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No. I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shoot was about 1 meter away too. But what? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Oh. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh. Right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? Oh, God. I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter. So the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Okay, we've got a deposition of Jesus Christ, we said Desposito for a horrible second there. You heard 2 sounds like gunshots, but the gun fired thrice, we know that. Can I save? Jesus. Very, very tough day. Ah, but that music always cheers me up. That little jingle. Where are we now? So, God, I can't think straight. That was on the 3rd or the 5th. This one will do. Okay, so how's the next day start then? December 26th, detention centre, visitors room. Oh, why? Shit, she got arrested. Oh, we're gonna leave it there. I forgot she got arrested for contempt of court, but she just got kicked out. But that was a grueling day. I don't know if I can take any more of them. We got through. Like, I was so happy. We managed to present so many bits of evidence and contradicts, and it was just fine. But the fact that there were so many, they were just wearing me down. We were bound to make a mistake, and I got stuck on the when you had to show that she weren't looking at the boat. Like, you had to show that the picture of Goldie. That was so tough. But we got through it, so we should be happy. Take what we've learned into the next day. If you enjoyed this episode of Phoenix Wright, please go ahead and leave a like. It does always help me out, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you for choosing to do so. Want to see more? We've got another day of investigating before the trial. Please go ahead and subscribe. I can bring it all to you. Got any questions you want to raise? What do you think about Mr. Van Karma? What a big, achy, sweaty, wrinkly sack he is. Let me know in the comments below, and I will make sure I get back to you. Alright? See you!